That may have been poorly said. I hope I have closed caption on here to ask, what it is. Sign. Yeah. So now that we've been through the whole week, it is gone now. The week is gone. I have no idea where the week went. Okay. So I have a better pencil, please. Alright. Alright, so we're going to work on passive incomes this year. So I'm going to have to look at getting things set up and figure out how to get things set up. And then we're going to have to go through, year's paperwork. It's not like tax season, but I gotta figure out finance. So I gotta go through all my stuff and look for things that I need to find. Okay, so what my other pen? Okay, so we're at 12. 30th. The 30th already. Okay. Friday. Everybody look up the temperature. The weather. Yeah. No, like rain. Snow. Cold. I don't like it. Ah, it's hard out the weather. Mm, 52. That's almost warm. Kiss my okay. 52 in the 50s. So then it goes back down to 40 something. Okay, so it's warm now, and then I went back to cold. I'm gonna go. Oh, is that the jack in the back? No, mine's missing. Yeah. 48, 47, 40, 39. It's just gonna get color and color tonight. What in the world? No. It's just gonna get colder today. So it's nice and warm now. Was it say that it's daily today? I think. Gosh. I don't know. I don't need that. Okay. Daily. The temperature plus 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Ugh, ugh, ugh. I didn't look to see if it was supposed to rain or anything. Ugh. I don't see rain. It's just supposed to get cold and colder. F cold people, how are we gonna survive? How are us wimpy people going to survive this? Alright, so being told about executive function is one thing, but learning what executive function is, and the fact that it can like turn the lights off on you. Well, not so much turn the lights off on you. It can it can play red light, green light on you. This is something I had to learn. As a wise one, welcome to my wise one channel, and I am your host, Lady Caren. These are things that we didn't know. We are learning things we didn't know every day. Let me tell you, trauma response. So executive function allows you to do the things you think about, that you logically know about, that you tell yourself to do. And it says, okay, let's go and go do things. So if executive function has determined that your environment is not safe, take a deep breath, big old belly breath. It'll hit the big red E button. Any factory worker knows you never touch that big E red button unless there's like buildings burning down. Then even then, it stops everything. Okay. So I would scream in the back of my head to tell me to get up and go get things done. I changed diapers, I fed babies, I took care of that, and I went back to bed. I cooked food and whatever I could, and sometimes I was stuck in front of the screen. Really? There would be things that I liked to do that I wouldn't go do because it's not a lost interest in doing it. It's just my executive function decided to hit the big red E button, and I was stuck, just sitting there. It's years, like trying to go do that. It just well, this isn't the only mess. There's more messes I've been working on. I've been working on some messes, and I've been working this last month learning on how to maintain what I've cleaned up already, because I'll turn around and the next day or two, it's as if I hadn't touched it. And there's an add-on of a couple more years worth of mess. Didn't make much sense. But so I've been working on continuously cleaning. And it's working. It's been working. It's been progress. It's been a discipline. It's been going at it. This whole time I blamed myself for being disabled, not good enough, just worthless as a person. Okay, so this is a physiological response to trauma, past trauma. You can sit and not move because it's not safe to move. For some odd reason, physiologically, the body says it's not safe to go get a drink of water, to go do the things you got to do, to go, other than to go do certain items. Okay, this is not on the list of approved safe items in this environment because this place is not safe. It's not. It's not safe. I could tell, oh no, I'm okay. Everything's fine. Let's go. But if my body goes, no, uh, no. So you can mentally prepare things, but you have to get yourself out of fight or You have to get yourself out of the the hourly cortisons, corto, not cortisone. Cortisone's that medicine. Cortisol. Anyways, the hormone that courses through your body when you're in stress. So that's coursing through your body. So you have to get that to like turn off, and you have to get into a nice, safe place, safe, warm, healthy, thriving space. And a lot of times you got to make sure you have water, food, vitamins, minerals. Vitamins and minerals are oddly specifically functioning. So I eat a lot of food that I strive towards to get the function, the dark greens, the fibrous, like say flax seeds, milled flax seeds, things like that. Um, enzymes, citrus, beans, nuts, other types of protein, seeds, healthy amount of fats, healthy fats. So this whole time I sat trapped going, I want to go outside and play. Deemed it a not safe environment. And I could move, I couldn't do anything about it. And crap piled up. Crap just piled up. Alright, we worked last night. Hi! That's a hi to everybody. Are you warm enough? Mm. Did you have a good night? Yeah. Any good dreams? Any good dreams you want to share? Or no? You can do them up. So yeah, you have to get enough sleep, food, water, vitamins, minerals, and you have to get the relaxed. As it can turn it off on it. Not everybody. Not everybody is the same. There are different flavors of response for trauma responses. There are for trauma because there's different people. This is true. Do you have any idea what I'm talking about? What am I talking about? You are safe. You are loved. Hmm. They don't want to see the inside. Not seafood. But yeah, in order to get to the point where you can function with life on a day-to-day basis, you gotta check off all the things that your body needs so that your body feels safe so that you can move and do stuff and get motivation. Be motivated. Because this one has lots of energy and you gotta keep up with her. And do lots of stuff. Lots of fun stuff. All the time. Yes. You mean that everybody can see you all over the world? No! Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Do, 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 do. The nose picking. You's about to start the nose picking. No, 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 not the nose picking video. You gonna kill your lips? You want stuff for your lips? Do you know where your chapstick is? You poof.
No.
Yeah. You're like, no, no, don't watch me. Or did you have a piece of hair?
I made me put a piece of hair on
Look at all this wild hair.
it.
That's
Back
not
of it was like this.
Oh yeah, that's not so bad though. That's not too snarled. That's just frazzled, dazzled.
Sometimes.
Frizzle. It's Frizzle. Well, I always thought she should be black. This Frizzle, so redhead. Like, I don't know. Redhead, yes. Black, yeah. She should have. She should have been like the cool teacher. That was like, yeah. Frizzle.
No.
Huh? No?
Meh.
Meh. Would you like to snuggle under the blanket so I can finish?
Ah.
How far are we? We're in 17 minutes. A little while. Jeez. Okay. A few more minutes cuddling me, and then you can like get under the blankets. Whatever you think. The cuties. No, what?
Another hair piece on my lip.
Oh, think about making a quilt today. What do you think? Take a quilt, clean it more, and make a quilt so it can stay warm for the night. Cold. Yep. Make a quilt, patchwork quilt. Yeah, yeah. You guys want to make a patchwork quilt? Like, subscribe, comment below. See if you guys want a want to make a patchwork quilt with me. We need one. Hmm. That's my duff here. Did you want to sign it? Did you want to? Do you want to tell me? Make a quilt. What thing?
We should make a video of the quilt.
Oh, would you guys like me to make a video of making the quilt?
Making it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We should totally do it. We should make a quilt and a video. I should probably edit it.
Okay.
Hmm? You want some water? Did you drink enough water last night? Okay. All right, aren't you? There's a book there if you want to read a book. What? What's this look like?
No, but I want to live there.
You're gonna get here, or you can use your mermaid tap. No, we're going to. Should probably take your stuff out. Put it away. Oh, it's cold. Oh, I didn't go that far. I was going to go further. Okay, so that is what that is like. And then we're getting closer.
Meh.
Meh. Meh. Do you want to put on something warmer? No. The full moon. I want to look at the full moon. So that's part of the executive function is part of getting all the stuff done that you need done.
Yeah.
I need my so dry, so chopped. It looks like it's halfway. It's 55 on the quota. So draw a circle. Half dark, half light. Like a body. For some odd reason, yeah. Let's see if I can draw. Just escaped. There. But yeah, so that's part of the recipe of being motivated is the executive function. Then there's the midlist. So physiologically, you've got to be able to work or to act on the logical part of your brain that says, hey, let's go do this. So if you don't do stuff and you're upset with yourself that you're not getting things done, don't beat yourself up. Start taking care of yourself. Go down the list. Have you drank enough water? Have you had enough to eat? Or food that you need to eat. That's good for you. Did you sleep enough? Did you are you warm enough? Are you or cold enough? Either way. Are you in a place where you're not stressed out? Can you get yourself to a point that you're not stressed out in your space? And then work on so that will get you motivated. It's people are not in that place and they are surviving. They are in survival mode and they don't need guilt because guilt would put them in that stress that keeps them locked down. And executive function, prison, the big red button, push them. So don't count on people who are not functioning. No, offer to help. Even if you have to just sit there and it makes no sense. Shit strip and just sit there and yeah. Take manageable steps. Another one was watching a TikTok where a girl was telling a story about how she was a nurse and she was working with somebody who told a little old lady, or no, not a little old lady, a grumpy old lady who's been there, done that, and has had enough people, and it tells them so whenever she feels like it. Where she was having a day where she was feeling off and the chicken with its head cut off got running around getting nothing done. I'm just like frazzled. And so she said, go take a breather. And then when you get done with the breather, go do a task you know you can do well and that you know you can get done in like a minute. And then doing the one thing you can get done and that you can do well, helped her reorient herself. So sometimes if you're overwhelmed and you're feel like the wheels aren't hitting the pavement and they're just spinning, basically, like you're working, you're spinning the wheels. It just doesn't feel like the pavement. Take a breather and then go work on what you can work on. Sometimes I've noticed with my ADHD that leads to productive procrastination. I procrastinate better with, oh, look at all the stuff I got done. None of it. It was stuff that needed to be done that day. So that can lead to that, but it's also more manageable. Organizing into smaller, manageable tasks can work for some people, and for other people, that's, oh, look at these tasks I can ignore better. Some are more, if you're specific, instead of cleaning your room, oh, I'm just gonna work on making my bed. For some people, that's fine. For my youngest, it's 10 seconds to put one item away, or 5 seconds to put that item away, and my child loves it when they get back and there's still time on the timer. That's my count also, and they get a high out of it, and they're learning that I say, "Hey, go pick up the living room." They're at 5 now, and so they're at the level of 5, and so of cleaning, because you get, like, the level 1 where they can't really clean without you helping them fully. You cleaning for them is level 0, then cleaning a little bit with your help is level 1. So level 5, they can say, "Go pick up the living room." And they can go and they can roughly, their stuff out about, but they're learning how to clean, and you can pick up the rest, or you can show them, oh, you might not have seen that there, or you may have been in a rush and missed this. This also needs picked up, or thank you, and now we can get to the vacuuming or whatever. Do you want to help me vacuum? And yeah, it gets done a lot better. But cooking from home, uh, yeah, I read, like, okay, so that's passive income. Next is tarot reading. So I'm gonna have to plot a course on making money from tarot reading, so I can plot more of a realistic. Am I making expected amount of money? My website? Am I, should I by that time? And if I'm not, um, is it okay, or should I take a look at, like, what I'm doing to see if there's something that needs to be tweaked, um, to assess, little assessment breaks points. So yeah, we've got passive income, going to rate lots of digital products. I have to write to-do lists and shopping lists and things like that, and there's bunches of them online. And sure, I might not make money from that, but that's okay. But low content, KDP, low content books, medium content books, witchcraft books, books that, wisdom books, things that you guys need, things that I would write, things that you guys need, things that, because I need it, I'm going to do it anyways. I might as well put it down. And still trying to get this all, plot my, by this time I want this done, and by the time I want that done. Things that, school tried to show you how to do. And yeah, those were things where I failed in grades. Like, they had like 27 kids to look at. They didn't need to pay attention to me, which is, yeah, no. Um, which makes me wonder, what can parents do? Parents are so busy working that all they can do is work their job. They're so niched that they can't generalization of what a human needs to teach a child to do what a human needs. We're no longer learning how to teach our children. And our children have this different mentality from way back then. They were just mini adults learning new experience and learning skills and having their brain develop. Now they're just like, oh, you can't do stuff. Um, not everybody. God. But I mean, oh, just be a kid, just go play, just go have fun. I mean, the whole point of playing and learning was to learn at some points, and other points for the have experience. I mean, to play, it's not just, oh, just go do something frivolous like playing. Playing was a type of work at one point, and I mean, maybe they forget that when they're adults. Like, what was I doing when I was a kid? Like, did you forget your childhood? And I'm beginning to think some are traumatized that they block out like years of their childhood. They thought, it's like, did you come out of the pod as a, 18-year-old in college, drinking your and playing games and then making friends and going out and getting a job and trying to pass for a degree? Um, you didn't just wake up one day and have a family and go work and get your stuff done, and then all of a sudden you have kids. Something led up to that. You grew somewhere, and now the kids are growing. And I'm finding more and more places where they're not allowed. And for me personally, I'm like, no, I don't need just isolated little boxes where you put your kid and go run off. Um, and we need to raise our children, and the school is raising our children. Think about it. For their waking hour, who gets them more? So, and then when the kids come home, you're like, what do I do with these kids that I don't know because they've been at school this whole time and they think their teacher knows more than the parent. And well, the parent wouldn't be a functioning adult. Like, oh my God, the look on the kid's face when they're like, how'd you know this stuff that I'm learning? No, this is way more advanced stuff. This is what do you, it's right. You can go look it up on YouTube and on this lecture over on this thing here, and you can go, this is, this is modern stuff. It's not like, oh, mom doesn't know anything or dad doesn't know anything because they use that every day. Or that thing, that abstract that we don't choose every day. Here is how to know. I'm like, what do you mean, how did I know? Because you have taught it to your kid. So, yeah, like practical occupational stuff. Like, how much should the school teach? Have to teach? And how much should the school offer to teach because their parents are working 2, 3 jobs and nobody's home? So the kid has, it's, you know, that's still backwards. And we're learning generalization rather than a skill trade, which isn't bad. But you don't want to be typecasted into a skill trade unless that's what you want. So I have to wonder about how, the system that is in place in our social organism, in our community, it has its pluses and its minuses. I mean, there are people who are working 2, 3 jobs and they need a place to put their kid because, staying at home, their kid's just going to light the house on fire. But I'm like, what to do with your time when you're not working or you're not at school or you're not at, the 100 plus things that you have to do. If life is either too busy or not busy enough, or too, how to handle burnout, how to handle your emotions. That's now what school is learning to navigate is that these emotionally humans are in their schoolroom and have to learn the states, the names of states, or the ABCs, or the mathematical applications, or what a volcano is, different types of volcano. I love the research. Like, I didn't have that research when I was a kid. They had been doing research the whole time I grew up, so my kid gets the fruit of that research. So to know what's going on with your world, to know to see something in the news and to go and learn about it, because they're getting all that plugged in right now, textbooks, and how do you understand that information? And it's like you spend so much time studying, what do you actually do as a kid? And then when you have to grow up, I mean, the learning doesn't end. All the push that you have to go learn things at school. Well, when you're at school, you'll learn less, or like, that's nice. The fun part about school is that it's the highlights of these certain things. They don't deep dive, which us neurodivergent people love when we can go down rabbit holes to learn about certain. I was thinking about genetics last night. Learning about it's the amazing world of genetics and how much more you can learn when you take away the biases of, well, this and this, put these two together. They have the traits that we want, and they're the best traits and purebreds, and get rid of those concepts. And you get the concepts of how genetics really works. It's a fascinating thing, and you can't just dive into that. You have to work on producing. I think that's it. A human killer, as much as it's a human, zest for life. I mean, if it's not your zest, then working can kill it too. Like, if you love pizza and then you work at a pizza parlor, by the time you no longer working at a pizza parlor, you hate pizza. You've done pizza like more than you can count. It's not an artisan trade. So it has its pluses and it has its minuses. The fact that my kid is at school far more than my kid is at home. Well, my kid is at home. My kid is off doing their own thing. They have their practices, their games, their all the stuff that they go do, extracurricular activities, to a friend's house. And it'd be like the doctor go, well, when did this rash start? I don't know. I haven't seen my kid in 2 weeks. Anywhere in the 2 weeks since I last saw my kid, I don't know. Like, I haven't seen my kid's face. Sitting there shoveling food into their face on the dinner table. I mean, that's the point of the dinner table. I take it, but I'm like half the time, going to a friend's house, going to do extracurricular activities, going to don't see my kid. We'll figure it out. Yeah. And then, like, at home extracurricular activities cost more than it did back then. Like, a lot of times I'd put on like a community board, hey, let's go bike riding. And now it's probably costs. I don't know. I just get the amount of costs to go bike riding. To get good bikes, keep your bikes maintained, to get the helmets, let's get all this stuff. To go to any event. have to learn to do stuff. But yeah, cooking from home. I think that's something that I want to do. Is crockpot dinners helped like a lot. Like I'll make buy like the beans, like the bean soup, and cook like rice and beans, and then like throughout the week you can just like or chicken and meats, and you just put all together these vegetables and stuff together, the milk, the cheese, and all that. So just go with it too. Yeah, you make a whole bunch of products from milk, like yogurt, and cheese, and all that. Um, Butter. I made butter. It just, yeah. So, I mean, to make home life an artisan life when you can't afford it, but to make it affordable, because like the rich go, oh, let's do this, and then they like find a profit. Like, oh, you have to buy the yarn. You can't make the yarn in order to crochet. Like, so that, yeah, heck yeah. So, probably find something that I can just do real quick, like crochet those cute little circle things or those little squares. See how fast I can get squares all done and sell the squares, for cheap, and see if I can produce crochet squares or do tarot readings and produce tarot readings, and it'll be good, you know. So yeah, income. Homemade gifts, cooking from home, tarot readings. So now I have to focus on tarot. I'm going down the list because I could do any of that stuff that I wrote yesterday. So I do an hour of cleaning of the base of the downstairs a day. So I just focus, time comes, just stop what I'm doing and go down and clean and get the kids to clean with me their areas. And then afterwards, I can do arts and crafts from all the stuff that we just cleaned. Yeah, that's an idea, It's the fun stuff. Yeah. Alright, so I did lots of cleaning yesterday, and I want to do more cleaning today. And then, yeah, lots of cleaning, getting through as much cleaning as possible and see how much that progressed. Like a week's worth of just really just cleaning everything and trying to maintain what's been clean to see get further and see how long it takes to clean. Like purge the house for the parts that like when we move out, we just pack a few pack a few boxes, get that all maintained, move out, and then like clean through all the other stuff. So yeah, so I'm like trying to get through things to find out what we really use, find out what we don't. So we're going to minimize things because we're going to be moving a year or so back into the White House, and let's rebuild on that. So yeah, we'll work it out. We want to get an RV. We want to travel. Lots and lots of travel. So I think the focus will be to get an RV or to get traveling worked on so that we can travel like while we're building, so that we can live like say in an RV while we're working on the house we're moving into, to pack things down so that we can build things up next 50 years. in my life, next 60, 70 years, whatever. I'm old. And then I have to work on reversing the aging process, which is fantastic because I want more out of my older age than I had from my childhood. I'm learning to be healthier and to give my children all this youth and to help other people. My hair is growing, but it's not growing. I expected it all to grow because it was all trimmed down. No, there's essentially different growths here and there, and some of it's like laid down, other of it's puffy, and trying to figure out the direction it's gonna go, and it's taken care of like once, twice a day, so that doesn't, yeah. So yeah, take care of yourself, then take care of your environment, and then you can do stuff. Or you take care of yourself, take care of others, like the people that you love, the animals, all that, and then take care of your environment. And then, throughout the day. I've been trying to figure out how to get goals faster and faster and faster accomplished so that I can get to a main goal. So trying to figure out how to get everything, daily stuff done, routinely stuff done, so that I have done well, efficiently, so that I have a gap of time that I can put whatever comes in, or whatever I want, or whatever I'm trying to achieve, and like arts and crafts, or start a business, or do things. I'll put that in, or more homeschooling. Put that in. The kids are doing lots of fun stuff. So yeah. Tarot. Cooking from home. We're gonna figure out the meals. And yeah, sometimes it doesn't have to be so hard. My mind like, this is gonna be hard, and then it's easy, and I'm like, what did I do wrong? Or what's next now that this difficult thing is done? Something like that. I think she'll lay back down, but I gotta get up and make breakfast. So yeah, I have to go make breakfast. More dishes, more breakfast, more, all that stuff. Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting to where it's supposed to be, and to where I'd like it to be, and the things that I'd like to get done. Or I'm learning that it wasn't my fault. And that the executive function turned off on me of its own accord. It's not something that you can mentally decide, oh no, my environment is not safe and therefore I can't do anything. No, it shuts it down. So traumatizing people, thinking like, oh, you either get a job or you find a new place to live, is the opposite of helping them. It makes them freak out so that they shut down. Don't do that to people. You think that, oh, you're motivating them to go get a job so that they have a place to live. You're having them live in fear, and eventually it stops. They'd rather die. So, you don't have to treat people like they can't do anything, and you have to help them do everything. Or they're not capable, so you have to tiptoe around, no. Eggshells, walking on eggshells, no. You don't have to be mean. You just, I mean, sometimes I think certain people just don't know how to be either mean or too sweet, too, oh, kid gloves. You know, they have one or the other. They don't have a, here, let me just treat you like you're a human. So I don't think they treat themselves like humans because they don't know. They literally don't know how to treat others like humans. Okay, well, I'm just gonna have to function from here where I'm at and just keep going. Just treat people like they're humans. I mean, there's nothing overly special or underly special about people. You just treat them like human beings who have needs, thoughts, feelings. You know, a lot of things like schools and like, you know, yeah, having nurses in the medical field who need the most concentration because your life is in their hands are sleep deprived and charging you an arm and a leg, charging, you know, medical, because they could charge that because the medical insurance will pay that, and sometimes they'll pay it without argument, without looking at the bill. I mean, getting an itemized bill and looking at it and going, no, it's not $300 for a Band-Aid. No. What kind of Band-Aid? Is that Band-Aid going to immortalize me? No. So no. They're like, do not get robbed. So I'm trying to learn how to do alternative medicine as much as possible so I don't have to depend on modern medicine unless it's you know, I've been run over by a car, which I'm pretty sure there are some people out there that want to run me over with a car. So that's something that I need to make sure I have medical insurance covering. I annoy people. That's not hard. I'm wise enough to know that I should probably not deny these things. But it'll get better. We got a couple of days till the next year. And then we can, I don't know, we can just, we'll get more into organizing it so that we get through it. Get rid of this, you know, the stuff that we didn't need from last year or that's done with last year. And we'll get into, and that full moon is coming up. So whatever we're working on and manifesting, we can get into that. I think that's 6 or the 9th, 6 or something like that. Yeah. Friday, it's good. Yeah. It's 16th. Anyways. I love you guys. I will talk to you guys later. And we will figure out tomorrow more about how we get rid of stuff from last year that we don't need anymore and organize last year's thing and then go into the next year. I haven't organized my paperwork in years, and yeah, all right. So I will see you guys later. Thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Like, subscribe. Love you. Love you. Love you. Love you guys. I love you guys. Love you guys very much. I love you. And until next we meet.